Hello, Sprouts, and welcome back to day 16 of Valhalla, Cyberpunk Bartender action. Let us go to work. And I'm glad it's yet another day where we did not have to buy anything. Good evening. Jill. I'm out to get firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some. Wouldn't firecrackers scare off the Yeah, good idea. Go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure got excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Ah, Jamie's here. Greetings. Anyway, let's start. Time to mix drinks and change lives. The guy that wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yes. There were a lot of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by flying drone or something like that. So it flew by here. I take it you know what made the noise? Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. Seeing his hair be spiky just makes me immediately think that his ear is also pointy, even though it really isn't. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity. I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night. Interesting. So it didn't get far away. Now, get me a Mars blast. The guy that wouldn't come back twice. Alright. Thank you for being upfront about what you wanted. I wonder, was the drone supposed to be one of his? Was he chasing it? Is it from a rival? Not really ours to ask questions, but we're asking the questions anyway. Here you go. Well, you didn't mess up. Sorry, if I may interject. You looking for a fight? Ingram, I think Jamie can take you. Look at those muscles. Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size. I can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. I can fight dirty. Jill, please. You made me sound like a savage. It would be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right, sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seemed like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them, aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Okay, let's try this suplex thing. Right. Let's give Ingram a suplex. Wow, that sounded weird. It sounded perfectly in line with what the boss might do to him. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 flana guide. 3 karmatrine. All on the rocks and mixed. Here you go. Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister. Call me Jamie. And you are? I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I needed to look for a specific file at... Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. Figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So, we go through the whole thing. Rejection, need to hide something. The second one. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. I see. How does the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours, you're trapped in bed with a horrible pressure builds up in your body, and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. Don't people die of nanomachine rejection? You feel them in your eyes, in your gums, in your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. Ouch. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure. Let's give him a gut punch. Again, that didn't sound right. It does sound funny, though. Aged and mixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 planner guide. Optional karma chime. Seems surprisingly light for him. Here you go. Yeah, I love these. It looks different from yours, though. I added a couple extras in his, actually. So here's the antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie. Inside, like all the other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. And the rest of the enhancements you reconstructed, or have you been adding them over time? Over time, either by getting a much-needed enhancement, or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. It sounds like you're gonna take this information and do something of dubious means with it. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You've said that twice. Shut up. Seemed like a nice guy. Right. I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day. Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough. The guy tires the hell out of me. Someone's in a good mood. Give me a bad touch, will ya? That way you'll be in a good mood too. A bad touch for Oma. Hello, Oma. All on the rocks and mixed. You'd think I would remember some of these recipes by now, but nope, I need to look at the guide every time. Oh well, at least that way we're less likely to get them mixed up. Here you go, Amma. Chill, you have such a petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. So, what put you in a good mood? Oh yeah, that. Today, my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fluffed in the back of a parking lot. And to top it off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed it up, huh? When they came back to the house and Dana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump onto the highway. So Eva comes and says, "Then make sure it kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple." Oh my god. I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but ha ha ha. I don't know, maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now. You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time. We even slept in the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a teen. We stopped playing. She had other things she wanted to do. That sounds like normal growing up. I could forgive all of that. I mean, the age difference and all. But there is something in particular I still can't forgive. It was the day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister. And she said she had no little sisters. Ow. Damn. I think that was the moment that finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off, until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? Alma, looking good for being over 40. Hey! It's not that I still hold a grudge against her, but rather... the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana I know today. How so? She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. But yeah, to show up in the court proceedings looking like she did and without her kids. When you see her, you don't see an adult. You see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression. Huh. But enough about me. How are you? Everything's fine. Aside from this note. A note? Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead girlfriend, dead ex's sister? Yeah? I got this note from her. Let's see. Wow, she must really feel bad about the whole thing. As do I. So, what's the problem then? The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place. Right. Give a Brandini, will ya? There's a little story I want to tell you. Alright. Brandini. Brandini. All aged and mixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 karma trained. For some reason, I read that as optional, and then it sunk in that it wasn't. Here you go, Brandini, just for you, Oma. This is a thing. Let's start. Boo. Oh, hell no. This is the story of a girl who grew disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon, it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With times, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievement. All I can look at right now are those boobs. Not now, Anna. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after that, the girl went to college. Said sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if I hire your high-ranking lips? Shut up, Anna. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like a part of her had crumbled. Hey, Joe, I can lift her sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. No, Anna, behave yourself. Enough? Shit. Peace out. I know the girl is you and the sister is your eldest sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer? I don't think that's gonna make your mouth any wetter properly, but sure. A beer. Man, I am going crazy, aren't I? I don't know. Have you ever had any upgrades that you didn't tell anybody about? Or maybe you're being haunted by a ghost. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Here you go, a beer just for you. Thanks. So tell me, did you and the Scabby girl get along? Oh yeah. I never had brothers and sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as her sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too. I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant that girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Yeah, Alma. Oh, there's a small New Year's party this Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be there. Remember, I won't forgive you. Yeah. Jill? Do you not believe her? I'll go take my break. Alright. Wah, you were here? You were quite absorbed in the conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear? Anyway, call me if anything comes up. It's less chilly today. No. Jill, a kid's looking for you. Ah, fluff. Hey. Ah, Norma. Phew. You're back. Ah, fluff you. You do know I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap, I said it out loud. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. Phew, she thought it was for her. Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. Aw, so responsible, Joe. I kind of faced my mom and told her about all that pressure she was putting on me. And she said I said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And? Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me that it'd be a waste to spend money in a university just for me not to give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that it was free to explore. Glad to hear that. And, well, I wanted to thank you for that. Me? If I just rushed headfirst into my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right, I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it's too late outside. Be careful. Aw, so sweet. Shut up, Anna. Hey, Jill, mind helping me here? Sure. Make a bleeding Jane, please. Sure, Jill. We're on it. Jill is making a bleeding Jane for Jill. All blended. But no alcohol. Good. We don't need to know what Jill gets up to when he has alcohol. Success. Serve. Thanks. Hey, Joe. Do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character. I don't know. What are you? A cute girl. Right. You okay, Jill? Making a lot of faces there. Yeah, just remembering stuff, Jill. Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please? Sure, Jill. A beer for Jill. Stumbling over Jill's name. I liked it better when I was calling him Gil. So she's a ghost. And we can all see ghosts if we want to see the ghosts. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There. What did you do to my screen? Can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird. Nobody expects the Darth Inquisition! Darth Inquisition. Dorothy Inquisition. Dorothy Inquisition. Ow! I bizzed my tongue! I can't believe I'm using this spare tongue so early in the night. Honey! Hey Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure. A fluffy dream for Dorothy on the go. And we don't have to do anything extra to make it on the go. I'm not sure it's legal to make that on the go. Oh well. Oops, reset. Aged. All aged and mixed. And optional karmatrine. So far, we haven't seen anything where an ingredient is aged and the rest aren't. Thanks, honey. Oh yeah, before you leave. What? Are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Yep. Sure, I'll be here then. Well, I've got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed, Jill. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm out for now. Oh yeah, Joe? Take care of Becky, please. Who the hell is Becky? Who's Becky? Who's what? You said... I said nothing. Okay, fluff that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means. Boss. She's gonna buy them from the internet. Boss, don't buy fireworks from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. Thank you, Jill. Please do. Well, I guess that's it for today. You sure you're fine? I am. Don't worry. Hey, Jill, mind if I ask a silly question? You've seen my clients. You can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves, though. Sorry, what did you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but the word boomer seems out of place. Not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who were called such. Oh? Well, let's go a bit back first. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still in a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki-Romanova treatment. Or was it the Romaneko-Yamada treatment? Let's call it the codification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research had a bit of a rocky story. Funding got caught in the middle of it at a critical point when it could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corps' record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of the research was funded by Maki Strangovich. Was it Strangovich? Let's call him Strangovich for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Strangovich funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Strangovich, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then, the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the codification procedure, even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl whose life got saved through the treatment became a media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers. A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with protrusions instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions, why is that? Because that's what they are. Eh? You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? I mean, I did. Sure, they can be moved because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus, they can move like a cat's and react to their mood. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Huh. It still surprises me a bit, though, that the biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today, thank you. I did totally think they were functional ears. Don't worry. I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind, I'm fluffing up the terms. I don't want you to say someone got protrusions because of a codification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait! What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stengovich. Eh? I just remembered Sylvia Stengovich was around my age, and when I was a teen, there were some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you need to shout just now? Sorry. In any case, I'm out for the day. Alright, careful out there. Total earnings 37,310. Drinks total for today 2080. Commission 30%. Today's payment 624. Tips 300. Flawless service bonus 500. All booze and no firecrackers makes Dana a dull girl 300. Today's total transfer is 1724. Total funds 7921. So hey, if we don't fluff up any mixes in the next couple of days, we might actually be able to pay rent. Ooh, that'd be good. Anyway, that's where we're going to call things here for today. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the cat boomers in the comments down below, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.